On today's adventure, I'll be setting off into new prospecting grounds that I've never explored. After a little research into the history of the area, I discover some old alluvial workings that I've never been able to reach in the past. But look at the depth of that thing. With the help of my little red Honda, I'll be setting off on the largest quad bike trek I've ever tackled. Traversing through some of the most breathtaking country Tasmania has to offer. When we arrive at our destination, I'm blown away by an awesome discovery, which is one of the largest feats of engineering I've ever seen. And the crazy part is, it's all been dug by hand, by those boys who went before us. That's huge. This will be an epic mission with all the thrills and spills of a full-blown adventure in the Tassie wild. We've got ourselves a beautiful morning, folks. Just starting out for the day. Gonna hit the quad today. Something a little different. We're gonna be doing a fair bit of exploring in a new area. This is a place that I've been once before. I spent several hours cleaning up the track, and then as I got to the location that I wanted to be, I did run out of time that day. So we're back again early this morning. I'll be on the hunt for old workings. There's a huge big water race that wraps around the hills where I'm going, and that runs for about 20 miles. So it is an absolute masterpiece as far as work from the old boys. It's hard to say whether I'll find gold. It is a gold bearing area, and that's what they were looking for. And there's the potential to find some good alluvial gold in those gullies. The quad ride in alone is a good 10 kilometers, and it's through some insane country. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure we've got all the necessary supplies because we're gonna be pretty remote today. I just pulled up before I was about to take off, and having the bike today, I can't help but think of my brother. If he was here today, there's no way he wouldn't have ripped a stunt or two. So what you're about to see is dedicated to my brother. I miss him very dearly. From here on in, I'll be behaving myself on the quad. We've got a massive journey ahead, and we need the bike and myself to be in one piece to complete this mission. Super jagged rocks in this road. Worried I might spike a tyre. Track-in requires a good hour or so of solid riding, with a couple of tricky creek crossings to navigate before reaching the desired location. Righto, we're dropping down into a creek here, and it's quite a steep little hill. I'll probably slide most of the way down. Take it steady. A lot steeper than it looks, I promise you. Oh, we're slipping. I feel the temperature change down here. Now from memory we've got to head up this creek a little bit, so as much as I don't want to put the bike in the drink, I'm going to have to keep progressing. Somehow I got to get up this bank here. Also got to go back and grab the camera. The joys of being a YouTuber slash prospector. Yeah, we've got to try and get up this bank here, and it's super steep. When I was here last, I had to clear a bit of this ground, try and change the angle so the bike doesn't roll over, but it's still very touch and go. Got to go back and get my camera now. Slide down in here. Things you do for one shot on the camera. Try not to get my feet too wet at this stage. Hopefully we got it. I'm going to side saddle it a bit. Oh, too easy. Just going to have a break. I'm actually pretty warm, all the gear I'm wearing, and yeah, it's been quite physical actually, the riding side of it, believe it or not. Last time I was here, I actually had to do a heap of cleaning up of the track because of the recent bushfires we've had. That have burnt all this country. There was a big landslide and there was soil pretty much right across the track, along with quite a few logs, a little bit smaller than this one, but I've just thrown them all down the edge there. I know there's a lot of local prospectors that use this track, so hopefully they'll be happy that they can gain access again. Yeah, TAZY T and his crew, big shout out to you boys. I know you guys come up in this area, but yeah, it kind of gave me an appreciation for this water race. As I was digging, you can see I've had to dig all the way along here, and it was yeah, it was really covered. It took me several hours to get it cleaned up to get access in here, but it just made me appreciate just what those old timers did with this water race, because they dug pretty much as deep as this and a bit more for yeah, nearly 20 miles I think it was in total. So it's just, once you see it, you'll be amazed at the amount of work that's been done. I actually can't believe the temperature down in here. It's like got to be at least 4 or 5 degrees colder than up on the ridges. I'll drink the water I've had from home and then top up again. In here behind me there's a ton of bedrock, and I bet you guys are wondering if are you going to prospect it, or have you prospected it. I have run the SDC over this section of the creek with the limited time that I had, and I didn't pick anything up. I don't doubt that maybe it had gold once upon a time, but because the track runs across here, it gives access to other prospectors that would have been over it many times before, no doubt. But yeah, maybe if I scout a few Ks up and down from here, there could be potential for gold. It's been a lot of time filming this morning, just trying to get some of those angles to capture the grandeur of this place. It's just every time I come out this way, it's got the most amazing scenery riding those hilltops, and yeah, I just wanted to try and capture it as best I could. I'm not allowed to use the drone in this area, so unfortunately I couldn't do anything like that, but hopefully you guys have I've been able to enjoy the scenery as much as I have. Massive view of the big granite hills in the background now. Up on those mountains is all granite country. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but over in the distance there's a distinct line across the hill. You should be able to see that. And it goes for a very long way. That is the water race that we're trying to get to. And it was all hand dug by the old timers. It's so cool. You can see it down in the valley there. It looks like Great Wall of China or something like that. It's just incredible, the amount of work. So I'm just trying to decide where I'm going to drop into the race. Now once I get down in over here, there's an old alluvial workings that I want to work, so I might drop down. Where am I? I might drop down in this little gully here. It's quite a nice little feeder creek, and the water race cuts through all the little waterways that drop into that, so there's potential for gold. So I might go down here, sort of scout around this area for a bit, and if that doesn't work out, we'll come down to this alluvial workings and work that section of the race, as well as potential gold in that area there. There was an old hut site at that spot as well, so we'll see if we can pick up any old relics there. It's all going to be on foot from here. Part I like. Just going to mark on the map and track as we go along, so I know what sections of the race I've worked and the areas I've worked for next time. It could be something we just keep coming back to until we have success on the gold. There has to be, in all these headwaters, I mean, the reports mention that when the companies slowed down on the major rivers at the end of this water race, the men that were still working worked for alluvial gold in these little gullies, and they just sluiced with the water that they had from the race. So it was a much more simple operation for them at that point, but they were getting gold. So if they were getting gold, hopefully we can pick up something, but it's going to take some time because this area is massive. Righto, I'll fire up the mighty SDC. Starting to get attached to this machine. I've been finding a bit of gold with it lately, and it is a good machine. Just a little bit easier to operate than my GPX 4500. I don't really like all the cords hanging off me on that machine. It's such a beautiful day. I picked the weather today, that's for sure. It has been pretty wet and miserable up until today. These hills are just laden with quartz everywhere. It's probably where you find the ironstone mixed in with it that you're going to have the most success chasing gold. Who knows what we'll find today. This is awesome. Look at this. Woo! Yeah, it's this stuff here that's probably got more potential to give up the gold, and you've got that red staining, that ironstone look in it. But I mean, it is all very, very hit and miss, obviously. It does make you wonder how much gold they may have picked up along the way as they were building this thing though. I'm sure that they found it in quite a few spots. I'm just going to drop down into the creek itself below and do a little bit down in there. Steep country, but that's where the gold collects. If we get a bit of bedrock down in the base of this gully, there could be gold washed up in it. Good to see some water flowing down through it. Yep, there is little bits of bedrock down in through the base. Beauty of water is that it cleans everything out. Nice little pool here to collect. bit trickier to navigate. There's been good amounts of bedrock though, so follow it down and maybe we'll get lucky. Any of these little gullies, very clay based, potential for stuff to be caught up in it. Alright, it's getting a little bit steep and tricky with all the bushes now. So, what do we got down there? Might just go a little bit further. And then we've got a lot of ground to cover. There's plenty of ground in the area, so if we can't make something happen here very soon, we'll push on further up. Really nice catchment point just there. Doesn't seem to have any big McGinty's in it. Yeah, righto. Let's get out of this hellhole. What a mess, eh? Look at that. Back up we go. Nice looking ore through here. It's got a mix of ironstone, quartz, sulfides. I'm just doing a mix of both being in the race and out of it. Trees drop, make me out of it. The thing that blows my mind about these races is the way that they were able to survey them and make them actually work for the distance that they travelled. Like if you went uphill too much or downhill too much, they just don't work. But to do it for 20 miles on just the right angle, I mean, you can see it. I can see it, literally see it way over on the hills over there in the background, and it's gone right around the valley, wrapped its way around here, and they somehow got that to work. It's just the most incredible feat of engineering and physics and the whole works. I can see where the wombats have used it as their own little walking track. It's pretty cool. It's wombat droppings all along it. There's some just there. It's getting a bit thicker through here. They must have felt that by doing this race they were also hard rock mining and potentially finding the source of the gold that ran into the river down below, because the amount of ore that's been moved just to make this race is incredible. They were trying to kill two birds with the one stone, I think. I can't believe I haven't hit a target yet. They were obviously very clean miners. It's just all solid rock they've worked through here. If it wasn't slow enough just being soil, then they had to dig through the rock as well. I think this bedrock here is quite hot. Alright, is it the good stuff? They worked through some ore with some gold in it. I'd have to take a closer look at this. Just noticed that all the soil down here is on fire. Especially where it's got that red colouring. it is. I haven't really got anything to take any samples or any of this with me. But it does look like good stuff. Oh, I bet you that's got gold in it. That looks right to me, that stuff. There's little veins of it running down through. So what I'll do is I'll mark this spot on the GPS, and at some point I'll come back and get some samples of this ore and we'll crush it up in the dolly. Just see if there's any heavies in it. Because that, to me, looks really good, and the machine is going off on it. Not really loud, just making it noisy, which tells me that there's some sort of mineralization in that ore. So that rock wall's just there, and I was just looking at this big washout here. I thought they'd maybe done some digging themselves here, but I think all that's happened is the wall collapsed on the race and the water's washed it away. Or is it? Or has it been somewhere they've been digging? A little bit hard to know. It definitely would have had a wall here at some point. Ore to test. It's warm today. I've been drinking the fluids, that's for sure. My little kiddie fruit boxes. Good energy in them too. It's funny, you know, this hot bedrock scenario has been happening down on the river a bit too. And yeah, I haven't found gold, physical gold in it yet, but there's definitely something going on with it. I've had to jump out of the race because all of this banks here is just a nightmare, really thick, and it filled that whole gully there. It's probably where all the gold was sitting too. Well, I can't believe it. I reckon I've done a couple of Ks along this race now. Let's have a look. Yeah, nearly 2 kilometres I've been detecting along this race, and I haven't picked up a single piece of trash or anything. Just that one spot that had the hot bedrock in the wall. So a bit disheartening. I thought I'd have at least some junk by now. It turns out they must have been moving pretty quick and they didn't leave much junk behind as they were going. So yeah, might have a bite to eat and reassess. I've got about another kilometre before I hit the alluvial workings at the end of the race. When I say the end of the race, I mean just one particular spot that they were working heavily for the gold. Sure is a peaceful day though. Check out this view. Unreal. Look at the structure of that granite up there. Pretty cool. Alright, lunch break over. Time to get back to work. Alright, so I'm heading back up to the top of the ridge. I did another 45 minutes or so on the race, and yeah, still no targets at all. So I'm just heading back up to the top. I'll leave my gear up on the top of the ridge, and then I'll go back to the quad and I'll be able to come back this way. My plan now is to head over to the alluvial workings where they had the end of the race, and I will just do a bit of detecting around there, see how we go for time. That was pretty hectic, bumpy to say the least. Well, we've made it. Yeah, it's an interesting spot, but believe it or not, this is what's marked on the map for the old hut site, just in here somewhere. I reckon it's probably tucked in up behind that way a bit further towards the creek, because they would have needed access to water. Oh yeah, here we go. So there's a few remnants about. Big old 44 gallon drum, all burnt out. So probably from the 80s. People have come in here since the old boys. So I can't see any immediate workings just here, but I'll go for a little bit of a walk. I'll see if I can pick up the end of that water race. Oh, hang on, what do we got here? It's a huge big log across where the track's running, just here. That log's out of place because there's no big timber in this area. It's all just really small gums and melaleuca. So that would have been brought in, and I'm wondering whether that might have been to support a large sluice or something like that. There's another section of it just there, another big one here too, and by the looks of it, this right here is the end of that water race. So that makes sense, it washes out down into there, and they were potentially working just there somewhere. All this ground I believe would have been dug up. It's all pretty heaped up in spots. Yeah, but you can see this is the old race here. Got a feeling someone's beaten me here. That looks like a little dig hole just there. Bit of a little hill over here. Yeah, this looks right. Nice flat ground through here. Ah, yeah. Yeah. There's some timber just there. Big old peg. I don't know if that'd be the same era, but it's something. First relic for the day. So I'll just run the detector over this area. Our first target that's buried for the day. Sitting on the surface. That's a funny bit of steel. It's got, I can see it's really pointy at one end, and then it slowly tapers up to being slightly thicker at the other end. It's not a nail, I don't think. I don't think it's a nail. It's too long and too thin. It's like a really long spike of some sort. something here. I can see it. Looks like another peg of some sort. Yeah. Alright. I don't know if that'd be old enough. Whether that's a more modern prospector's peg for their tent. It's two different sizes. That one's way bigger than the other one. It all seems to be gathered around this spot here. Oh look, there's another little dig out just here. Looks like there's a bit of an old track through here. That's, yeah, there we go. That little trench. Still in there. Big 7-ounce nugget. Whee! We got just a bit of old tin or something. Where's the bulk of it? Yeah, more tin. It's late in the day, but I want to sneak down to that creek. It feels like there's a bit of a track, so let's grab my backpack. Let's have a little go at least. We've got, I don't know, maybe 2 hours of daylight and a 2-hour ride back to the car. Tasmania. Love this place. Let go of my detector. Bedrock down in there. Wow, now that's a mullock heap. I was walking down the creek and I thought this was just the wall of the creek, but that big old wall there is a big mullock heap. It's been heaped up and then it drops back down on the other side. That's incredible. Wow, look at that, and back down on that other side. All of this material's been heaped up. That's the biggest workings I think I've ever seen in Tassie. My goodness. It's very hard to make out, but yeah, goes up like that and then drops down the other side. I didn't notice it until I got to this point here and I was like, gee, that looks unnatural. There's just like this big heap of dirt sitting there. There's no really old trees on that, it's just all the small stuff. That's incredible. Right along here, so they were definitely using that water race to do some serious work here. Looks like a good exit point for later. Yeah, everything's becoming a bit more apparent. I'm definitely gonna have to come back in here at some point. I might wash a bit of material through a pan. Strange looking stuff. It's got this red ironstone look about it. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Don't be deterred. Try one more. Material's overall pretty light in it. Blows out pretty quick. Yeah, nothing again. It's been a tough day for me, but that's the way it goes. That's the prospecting game. I might just do a little bit more detecting and then I'm gonna have to get out of here because it's getting dark. Oh man, what the heck is that? Something leaching out of the ground. Yuck. Oh, what is that stuff? This place is spooky. It's like the never-ending story in here. Oh, it's just a swamp now. The bedrock's gone. Screw you, horizontal. Excuse the French, kids. This is where it ends. It's getting too dark and getting too thick. Time has gotten me. Today has defeated me, but I got a good feeling about this spot, so I will be back. Another little feeder creek, a little gully running down in there. But it's time to go, folks. It's back up to the quad for me and then the 10k ride out of here. I'll be in the dark by the time I get back to the car. This is the ever too familiar story with prospecting. You guys see a lot of successful trips from me finding gold, but when exploring new areas, days like this are very common, and quite a few days go in before the rewards are finally found. I hope this film's been okay for you guys. I wanted to share it because I genuinely enjoyed myself that day, and we did find some pretty cool history, and I just thought it was probably worthy of sharing, and it shows the realities of prospecting. It's not all gold in the pocket every time I go out, so there are a lot of trips and a lot of planning and research that go into finding spots that have the good gold. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Now, just before we finish up, a quick gold giveaway for the month of May to my Nugget Tier Patreon members, and a big thank you to you guys that continually support me and make these films possible. So we've got 3 little nuggets this month, and these go out to David Welland, Albie Griffin, and Tyson Lipinski. Thank you so much for you guys for your ongoing support with this, and to all of my viewers that have tuned in. It's because of all of you that these films are possible, so thanks again, and until the next one, happy hunting, and we'll see you all then.